Hi there. Welcome to episode 187 of the WaveBack Music Podcast. My name is Chris.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here to listen to the most interesting video game music there is. Back in the days of our youth, there were few brands that reached the same level of popularity as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, that meant there were video game adaptations, and while the Heroes in a Half Shell's first digital outing left a lot to be desired, it sure as heck had some memorable music. Beware of purple steamrollers, because tonight we listen to the music of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Chris.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, you know, I'm over here just living the dream every single day.
Every single day.
So I am recording this from the comfort of my bedroom. I am in my bed with a mic stand that will not stop drooping, no matter how much I tighten it, because this is one of the only rooms in the house with a functioning air conditioner. Our central air bit the big one. Well, part of it did. There's a little box that you're supposed to use to I don't know, fuse box is the right word, but there's a little electronic box outside, and when my AC repair guy who lives across the street from me came over to look at it, he opened up the box and it was all like black and melted. So
geez.
We're pretty fortunate that it didn't set the house on fire. But the soonest somebody's going to be able to come out to look at it is tomorrow afternoon at like 5 something. So, you know, we're just sweltering. It's not terrible right now, especially because I had the air conditioning running in here for like half an hour, 45 minutes before I came up here to do this thing. I had to run out to Best Buy to get a USB to USB-C adapter because my microphone, I have an XLR to USB, but my laptop doesn't have USB ports. It only has USB-C, so I had to get an adapter, which I did not have. But now I do. So I'm here in the comfort of my bed with my laptop and my droopy mic stand, and I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you in bed.
I'm many things. I'm also reminded that the record that came out after Fat of the Land by The Prodigy, Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned, which I think is a fantastic record, was created entirely in a hotel room in bed by Liam Howell. That's his last name. So, I mean, a lot of great things have been done with a computer in a bed, and I realize saying that out loud I probably shouldn't have. So I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Fantastic.
I mean, I've got my own world of fun, but
Right.
the
world of fun never ends.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
But we're here to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I don't want to hog my bedroom all night because I'm pretty sure my wife's going to want to go to bed at some point. So,
Overrated.
So Matt,
Yes, sir.
hit us with some history.
My pleasure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in June of 1989. It was developed by Konami and released by their not-so-secret It was developed by Konami and released by their not-so-secret second publishing label, Ultra Games. Konami got their hands on the property before TMNT exploded in popularity, which meant that they all had to, which meant that all they had to go on was some basics from the comics and some early info about the cartoon. This resulted in a game that was simultaneously very TMNT, while also feeling weirdly off-brand with some rather unusual enemy designs. Still, the Turtles had their signature weapons and colored bandanas. The Shredder, Splinter, April O'Neil, Bebop, and of course, Rocksteady all made appearances throughout, and regardless of its extreme difficulty, was a tremendous success for the company.
This game's composer is actually unknown, as the score is officially credited to the Konami Kuheiha Club, and the game itself doesn't have a sound credit. Hidori Meizawa, a sound engineer who worked with Konami back in the old days, said in a OneUp.com interview several years back, quote, "With TMNT, all the tracks were actually original. We weren't able to use any of the music from the television show due to copyright issues. I don't remember exactly, but I believe someone else composed the music while I was in charge of the sound direction and the arrangement." So, whoever did this music, good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service and for your not making me pronounce your name.
a flagrant problem around the WaveBack water cooler.
So, Matt, I believe this
Yes,
was
sir.
your pick.
It was.
What made you choose this marvelous little ditty here?
Well, first and foremost, I will always defer to your list, as I would love to make all your dreams and wishes come true. So I saw it on the list and I thought, yeah. Second, I actually owned slash currently still own this game. I mean, we could talk till we're blue in the face about how difficult it was, all the crazy memories, and even yes,
What are
green
you,
in the
some
face.
kind of punker? God, I hate punkers. Especially bald ones with green makeup. Wear masks over ugly faces.
Starting to take this personal. And we can even go back to our Pitathon menagerie foray with this game there. But no, this game has a very soft spot in my heart. I think, you and I and everyone of our age we could talk about Turtle Mania and how like it was the best thing since sliced bread. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was printing money,
Oh, yeah.
and so the first whiff of a video game, it was like, oh yeah, let's do this. You got action figures, you got you got the original comics, you got the TV show. It was everywhere. And yeah, I remember playing this game and thinking there was a little strangeness to it. Like, what are these enemies? Because my first introduction to TMNT, I had a friend who managed to, at our young age, he got his hands on the graphic novels by Eastman and Layard, and we devoured them. We'd never seen anything like, and we thought it was just the coolest. And it was graphic, it was gritty. The art style was gritty, and then we found out they were making a cartoon, and we were just over the moon. And of course, two very different IPs, but we didn't know at the time. We didn't know what any of that meant, and then to have a video game was just, oh man, it just like the trifecta was just fantastic. We couldn't wait.
Yeah, I can't even remember exactly how I was first introduced to the Turtles. I have to assume it was the cartoon, but I was immediately enthralled. I just, I love things that are color coded, and so when they had like 4 color coded Ninja Turtles, it's like, oh god, I just love the designs. And then I remember renting this game and playing it with friends, and I mean, of course I had a problem with it because it's obnoxious. Like the jump physics are ridiculous. The game's super hard. But the music kept me going more than anything. Like, I love the music in this game so much. I bought the record when they released it a few years ago because it's just great stuff. And obviously the movie, the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie is my favorite movie of all time. It's my number 1 favorite movie.
Really?
Yep. It is to me cinematic perfection.
Wise man once said.
Re-released in theaters for
Yes,
its anniversary next week, and I will be seeing it on Sunday. And I'm just so over the moon to bring my kids to see this in theaters. It's just such a magical movie. Like, every time my kids see it now, they're like, "Oh God, what are those?" Those are the Ninja Turtles, because they are used to like the CG things, and I'm like, this is what they would look like if they were real. This is Henson puppetry. This is like, they're physically there. They're still some of the most incredible looking puppetry things I've ever seen in my life. Those suits are nuts, and the faces are like crazy.
Was it Jim Henson Studios?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the technology that they used to make the suits was evolved from what they used for the Gorgs in Fraggle Rock, with the facial animations and stuff. And yeah, it was one of the last projects that Henson worked on himself.
Oh man,
it's extraordinary. But that's also why the second and third ones
stink.
Henson wasn't around anymore, so regardless of the scripts, the Turtles themselves didn't look quite as good. But yeah, they're just pure magic in that first one. The Turtles and Splinter are just incredible looking, and that movie means the world to me. So it's really fortuitous timing that we're doing this episode right now, because it's a really cool Turtle anniversary. So let's get to work, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
So the first song we're going to listen to is the title screen music, which is definitely not an adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme, because as we heard, that's there are some rights issues tied up with that. That's been a consistent issue over the years with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like porting the arcade game to various things. In the most recent collection, I think they re-recorded the song to skirt some of the issues. Like, so they re-recorded the theme song. I don't know. It's weird stuff. But anyway, this title theme is pretty cool stuff, and it had such a cool intro. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So here is title screen from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Enjoy. Well, there you have it. That was the title screen music from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES. I like that song.
I love that song. It didn't even occur to me as a kid that wasn't, like anything related to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, it was just they didn't really try to recreate even like the intro from the cartoon. It just had like these cool images of them all showing up and showing off their cool weapons and stuff, and it's a rad song. It's just so good, and it's so Konami, right? Like,
yes,
whoever wrote this was definitely like that Konami Kuhiya Club had such a specific sound that they worked with. So you think back to like this and Blades of Steel and Jackal and all those silver box Konami games, like with the exception of like it doesn't sound anything like Castlevania, but it definitely sounds like classic Konami music to a T. I just love it.
It's a great way to get the game going. I mean, like it's so like hype inducing.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like ready to go.
Well, yeah, me too. So let's go. Let's continue.
Let's do it.
Let's keep it going, and go to the next track, which this is not the right next track. I'm doing this in the order. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. This is the right next track because like it says level theme. That's what this thing is called in my little list here, and it's not the level theme. This is the map screen music because that's what you hear when you first start up the game. As soon as you hit start, you're right there on the map, and you're a little teeny tiny turtle in the overhead view, and you're walking around trying to find a sewer to go in because April's been kidnapped, and you got to find your way around the town. There's big purple steamrollers walking around and foot soldiers, and then you go into the sewers, and it's a different song. But this right here is, without a doubt, my favorite song in the game. It's one of my favorite NES songs. This song is so good. This song is so stupid good. I can't even wrap my head around how good this song is. So here's a minute and 50 seconds of pure unadulterated bliss. What is being called Level Theme 1, which is, I would say, is the map screen music. Anyway, enjoy. Well, there you go. Did I undersell it? No. Did I oversell it? Absolutely not. That song's a freaking masterpiece. I could listen to it all day. 10-hour loop, throw it on YouTube, just let it ride. It's so good.
I always wondered who those 10-hour loops were for.
It's for me.
It's absolutely for you. Nah, it's listen, that's fantastic. I do love that song. Hearing it, I haven't heard it in God knows how long. Theoretically speaking, the Pitathon, but I don't remember that. That was a very blurry day for me.
It's a very blurry day for us all.
Yeah,
All
I
of
kind of miss
those
those.
were. Oh, I miss the Petathon so much. Those were such good times.
Yeah. But that being said, yeah, this is just a fantastic track. There's something funny about it to me in the fact that if you were to tell me there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game and then you played a bunch of songs and had me pick out the ones that I thought were in the game, this is not one of them. This is so very, I don't know, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I get it. I totally get why it's, but it almost doesn't even, I don't know, it almost doesn't even feel, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore.
It's
a
so
great,
like happy, and it's not really action game-ish, but it really fits the scenario that the game is in. Like it's just, I don't know. It's
yes.
like
Man, you're
there
good at
is
that.
a little bit of action happening because there's those weird steamrollers riding around and
Yeah.
the occasional foot soldier. But for the most part, you're just kind of like, hey, it's the big city. Let's kind of wander around. There's no time limit, so let's wander around and find where we're going to be trying to go. It is unusually bouncy, but God, it's just such a wonderful way. It's such a good song, and like there's this. I don't want to say there's a twinge of surf rock to it, but there's always kind of been that kind of rock and roll aspect to the Ninja Turtles, right? Because like the theme song has all these like hints of like rockabilly and stuff in it, and there's obviously the musical references of bebop and rocksteady throughout the world of the Ninja Turtles, but it does kind of weirdly fit in a way. Like it isn't off like right off the tip of your tongue, like right though that's definitely Ninja Turtles music if you've never played the game before. Obviously you have played the game, that song's super recognizable, but
Yes.
In the context it really does kind of fit if you really start thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Whether it's because it's in the game and therefore makes sense, or it was put in the game because it makes sense. Does that make sense? I'm gonna shut up now. It's been a very long day.
Well, in the interest of keeping it from being a very long night, let's listen to Stage Theme 1. I don't know who named these things. It wasn't me. But this next song is called Stage Theme 1. And this is so when you first go down into a sewer, this is the song that you hear. And there are a couple of songs that would like kind of shuffle back and forth, like depending on which sewer you went down or which building you went in. And this is the first one that you would hear. And it is, again, it does have that kind of like rock and roll kind of feel to it. I don't know. This is another great song, so let's listen to it. Here you go. Stage Theme 1. Enjoy. Yes. Oh, so these are the official names for these songs, by the way. I looked up the listing on the record, the official vinyl release. Like, yeah, these are the names that are on the official vinyl. So
I guess they blew all their creativity with the music and not on the
I guess
names.
so. Oh God, I love that song. Man, that brings back frustrating memories, but also really, really fun ones. Oh God, it's good stuff. Again, with that kind of like you can almost hear this stuff being played on real instruments. Like it all.
Yeah.
I remember in that last one, particularly the. It's a very, like you. That's a very guitar riff right there. Like you can just kind of feel that being played on a guitar, and you got to say same thing on this one. It's just got a very rock and roll, a standard rock and roll feel to it, and it's got that kind of playfulish nature because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a property, especially at that time with the cartoon, was kind of a playful thing. I think it just works.
Yeah. To your point, I think this one to me felt a little more rockabilly. I was doing my best to like listen to it, but try and imagine what like the composers were hearing. Like if, like you said, you can almost hear this be played on actual instruments. So I'm trying to kind of have that third eye moment to hear it. And it came across to me like a more surfy, rockabilly kind of track.
Yeah,
there.
this one definitely has a little bit more of that surf rock kind of stuff in it. Especially that intro. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so next up we're going to get to it's called Difficult Fight, which I would argue isn't necessarily always true, because I'm pretty sure like the first time you hear this song, you're fighting against a foot soldier. So, sure. It's like mini boss music, basically. And it kicks all of the butt. So, here you go. Here is Difficult Fight from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Enjoy. Oh, boy. I love that crunchy bass
Yup.
in this one. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. Oh, what great boss music that is. Even the like kind of weird way it loops. Like again, I've talked about this a billion times with boss music when like they just screw with rhythm to kind of make your internal rhythm off balance is just so good. It's wonderful. It's like a delicious pizza.
Ah. Till we go for some pizza. I love that music. I absolutely love that music. I do remember hearing it, and I can remember kind of feeling like, ooh, something important's happening. Oh, I'm gonna beat a boss, maybe. I don't know. Good stuff. Just really good stuff. Great
Right?
intensity.
Because you'd like go around a corner and then all of a sudden, like not even a corner, you're just like in the stage and the screen stops and this music starts playing. You're like, oh crap, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes it'll just be like, oh, it's just one dude. And then sometimes it'll be like, oh crap, this is difficult. This is all right. This is serious.
Yeah.
And like, I can't decide if that's my favorite boss music in this game because I know there's at least one other boss song that's just as good, but decisions. I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime, it's time to get to stage theme 2, which is
Whoa.
this is when you this is the slightly less happy stage theme, where I feel like you go into these areas and you're just like, all right, now I know I'm screwed. There's going to be some dumb jump. There's going to be some sort of flying bug or something that's going to screw me up. So, this one's I love this song. It's so weird in comparison to the other ones. I think there's just kind of a very strange energy about this one. So, without further ado, stage theme 2. Enjoy.
That's another one I love a lot too.
It's
actually,
so good, right?
yeah. A lot of these songs have I mentioned it a moment ago. They have a lot of excuse me, let me rephrase that. They have this great intensity to them, a great energy, a great kind of moving forward tempo. Really, really gets. I think it really brings you in and gets you like invested. And to your point about boss music being slightly off kilter to kind of mess with your whatever rhythms you're picking up from the programming, I can't help but feel like the music being as intense or bouncy or moving as it is doesn't draw you in and give you like kind of clouds you, and then you make stupid mistakes like miss a jump to your death, or you know you're almost autopiloting and not being calculating, because that's what this game really thrives on, is calculation.
It's too much thinking. It's Ninja Turtles. Come on.
Yeah, I should just be like nunchucking suckers. Like, get these fools out of my way. I got a bow staff.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, back to boss music. Now we've got karate boss fight. Love these names, right?
I know.
It's just magnificent. But this song is freaking killer. I love this one. And I don't even have to listen to it ahead of time. I know exactly which one it is, because, this is a good one. And it looks like it's going to loop like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it's going to loop like 8 times.
I was going to make a comment about the waveform. Like, this the right thing?
I feel like it is, but let's take a peek. Here is Karate Boss Fight. Enjoy. It looped a bunch of times, and I did not care. I could keep listening to that for ages.
It looped a bunch of times I didn't even notice.
Right? It's so good.
It is. It really is.
Just outstanding.
Such a good soundtrack.
It's so intense, like the way this one kicks
Yes.
off. Oh my god! Because you had that other boss music and you've heard that a bunch of times. So when this one kicks in, you're just like, oh crap. Okay, now I know we're serious.
Yeah.
So good.
So very good. It's got the right level of like menacing.
Yes, this one's
dun,
definitely
dun, dun, dun,
more
dun.
menacing than the other one.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that does it for me. But then again, it has that that upbeat tempo to it too. It's not just like some weird menacing classical piece of music that you associate with TikTok videos or something. It's got this great juxtaposition of that first portion, but on top of it, the upbeat, dynamic that the rest of the game soundtrack seems to have. It's great.
Mm-hmm. It's darn it! I lost my train of thought. Train left the station. But
Hey,
yes,
that
it is
happens.
intense. It's intensity in 10 cities. Love to see it.
I've got nothing to add.
All right, then let's move on. This one's just a jingle. I threw it in there because it's so memorable. This is the music that plays when you clear a stage. It's like 8 seconds long. So enjoy it.
They managed to stick in that
Yep,
Heroes
they
on a Half Shell.
They snuck it in right at the end there. You
Yeah.
love it.
It's got, you know what though? If you really go back and listen to it again, it's got what do you call it? It's got the timbre of what I want to say is like Castlevania 2 Belmont's Quest or Simon's Quest rather.
Okay.
There's something about it. I think it's maybe it's like the reverb they used to give it some space. It really reminds me of Belmont. God dang it, Simon's Quest.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. Well spotted, sir.
I'm a connoisseur, sir. Ooh.
All right. Well, it's time to take a dive.
No,
It's time to jump into the this is the source of anxiety for so many young children in the old days. This is Underwater Scene, and this stage is stressful. This is the stage where you're underwater and you got to defuse a bunch of bombs and a time limit, and I mean, I can do it pretty much every time now because I have this memorized so thoroughly from doing it so many times to master it. But there's all this pink seaweed that's like electrified all over the place, and this other glowy seaweed stuff that's an insta-kill. And then even if you do manage to navigate stuff, you got to do it pretty tightly. The time limit's pretty tight. And there's nothing quite like there's that last bomb and you hear that timer going off. Oh god, yeah, this is good music though. So,
despite everything I just said,
here is Underwater Scene. Enjoy. I can't think of a more perfect song for that level. Like, it's, yes, that level is super stress inducing, but this music is pretty brilliant for it. You know, it's just spot on. It's got that kind of like underwater majesty thing going there. Like it sounds kind of mysterious, but it is just also the cadence of that bass line. I think the like it just kind of gives you that underlying stress level. Like it's just kind of driving you forward, even though it's a relatively chill song. I think it's an absolutely brilliant piece of music.
Hands down. It's oh man, there's a few things I want to say about this. First of all, that bass line is great and unrelenting. Honestly, it just keeps that like walking move just going and going, and I don't get tired of it. The melody on top of it, just a very sparse like um composition wise, this is fantastic. Whoever penned this one, like, or, double thumbs up. Um, and to your point, right, the level, as rage inducing as it is actually pretty pretty. Like I love the color scheme of it though. That pinkish, seaweed. It looks really good against the blue that they used, and um, I don't. There's just a lot. Like again, as rage inducing as that sequence is, it's a really good sequence musically. Obviously, because we just listen to it. Gameplay wise, yeah, it's tough. So they don't have the hitboxes the way we do nowadays. So sometimes you're not even close to a pink thing, and you're like, "What? I got hit? What are you talking about?" And then of course, one begets another, et cetera, and you just fling your controller across the room. But the whole thing, on the whole, very well put together, and the music really is just kind of, the proverbial icing on the top. It's fantastically done.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful song. Like everything else on this soundtrack. So it's time to move on to level theme 2. So I guess this is the second map screen. Oh boy. So all right. After you beat the underwater scene, then you go to like this giant freaking cityscape, and this is where I think most people stop playing this game, because this is like that area is enormous and it is so hard, and you've probably lost at least one turtle in the underwater segment. So once you're here, it's super easy to get lost. You have to find like the right number of missiles to shoot out of the turtle van to bust through these little, like, I don't know, they look like subway turnstiles. It's very strange. The whole thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that big open area is where I think most people stop playing the game. It's definitely where I got stuck, and all of my friends got stuck for ages. So this, if I remember correctly,
Absolutely.
this map is like where you're on like kind of a stealth area, and you've got to like sneak around at night. So this is a much different song than what we've listened to so far. So here is level theme 2. Enjoy. what did you make of that one?
Like, no, I'm not gonna do that again. Uh, I, I mean, there's always room for an airplane reference, but
I was
I
just
need
gonna
new.
say. I mean,
I need new
please.
ones. I can't keep making the same ones. I dig that one a lot. I never got far in this game, so I think pretty much that's almost it might as well be new to me
Hmm.
because I don't think I've ever heard it in the game, like while playing the game. But I dig that a lot. I like a game that's soundtrack has the dynamic range where I kept talking about how it's got this good moving energy to it, and then we have this one that's kind of brought down. You said it's a little more of a stealthy kind of thing. So yeah, it's a nighttime thing. Sure, I mean I get that from the track. I can totally hear that. But again, never heard it in the game, so. But it's,
Right.
it's I think it's a beautifully put together track. I like a good kind of level that has music that's like you have to sneak now. And you're like, oh okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's very it's very Metal Gear. This song, very similar to kind of stuff you'd hear. I think more specifically Snake's Revenge. This particular song
Yes.
reminds me of. But yes, it's God, I can't remember the way this stage works, but I remember being kind of obnoxious because the latter half of this game. I mean, all of this game is ridiculous. God, I remember. I honestly can't remember if I 100% finished this game when I was a kid or not, or if I just saw somebody else do it. Um, but I remember when the collection came out, I I was able to finish it because of the rewind button made things a whole lot
Oh,
easier.
jeez.
Uh, that it's really the only way to spend time finishing this game. Like, don't ever try to beat this game on NES like original recipe because it's not worth the effort. And there is so much cheap nonsense at the end. Get yourself the scroll weapon, have regular access to a rewind button, and you can have some real fun with the end of this game. It's interesting stuff. It's cool. It's worth your time. But I mean, I would just say it's specifically worth your time in the collection, not really outside of it. I don't think anymore. I don't think it's worth the frustration. But
No. Not when
tracking
you've got a rewind button. No.
exactly tracking down this song in particular, and this area was just in the TMNT Cowabunga collection. There is a like built-in hint, like pages that are drawn to look like Nintendo Power that give you hints on like how to get through these stages. And I remember going back and forth on this one over and over again, just trying to figure out where the heck to go. But anyways, let us keep moving on here. So let's see. That was level theme 2. So I guess we're on to stage theme 3 now,
Mm-hmm.
which is another similar. I want to say it definitely reminds me a lot of Snake's Revenge or even the first Metal Gear on NES. And it's interesting. Oh God, is this our last song? This is.
Yeah.
This is our
Yeah.
last song. Well,
That came about really quickly.
yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But hey,
Aw.
it is. It is what it is. Sorry, I saw our intro and outro. Just like, we got plenty more songs. No, we don't. This is it. This is the end. This is the last new song we have to listen to tonight. So, I guess strap in and prepare yourselves for this abrupt ending. Enjoy. Boy, that song sure goes places, huh?
It's got a very punk vibe, like like a more Dead Kennedys punk vibe. I dig it a lot.
I like it too. I mean, obviously, there's no songs in here that I don't like. I like the weirdness that it dives into before it loops. I like how kind of mysterious it is to start out, and then it kind of picks up that almost like it's like a play on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme. It's like doing it, but kind of like in a different like it's kind of playing with that. It's playing with that, but not really doing it. Just kind of skirting the issue. But it's cool, man.
Skirting the issue. Non-committal. What a non-committal song.
There you go.
Nah, I dig it. That's another thing too, because you mentioned rockabilly. I think after listening to that and thinking back on some of the other ones we heard, there's definitely some punk elements, which goes back to the idea of what you were saying before about music being kind of all around Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At the very least, the cartoon, because the original Eastman and Layard didn't have Bebop and Rocksteady. It was always the Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of good stuff there, man.
Yeah. This was a heck of a good time. I must say that if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan and you have not read the IDW run that just concluded, I think, last year, it's just some of the best comics I've ever read in my life. I love that entire run. It's so interesting. I think the restart technically continues from where that one left off, but my comic book shop closed and I've just kind of given up. So, but I have the full run, and it's just marvelous. It's just marvelous.
Yeah, I Humble Bundle once had a great sale. It was the entirety of The Last Ronin, and then it had the entirety of the IDW run digitally. So, I mean, I think I paid $18 for it all. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
Good work.
I'll get around to reading it one day. I did read The Last Ronin. That was very much what I was interested in. I read that, and I was very happy that I did.
Last Ronin was good stuff.
It was.
Well, that wraps things up for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a great pick. Thank you very much for picking it.
Thank you for putting it on the list.
You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nose, but you can't tune a piano. No,
I definitely cannot tune a piano.
All right, well, that is our show. Join us next time for my pick, when I have determined that we will be listening to an oddball game that I feel is a very underrated Super NES classic that I think not a lot of people have played, and I think it's got a really good soundtrack. We're going to be listening to the wonderful tunes of the Twisted Tales of Spike McFang.
Wow.
Are you familiar?
You reached into the recesses of my brain right there.
You're familiar with this one?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. All right, well, this is going to be a good time. I'm excited because I feel like a lot of people aren't familiar with this one. And I remember renting it and just having a blast with it. So, yeah, vampires who eat tomatoes instead of blood.
Oh, gosh.
We here at the WaveBack Podcast are incredibly grateful to everyone who listens, and we love communicating with you when we can. We have a couple of ways you can do that. There's the Geekade Discord channel, in which we have a WaveBack chat. We frequently discuss all manner of stuff related to video game music and whatever our next episodes are going to be. Of course, you can always still send us an email at mail@geekade.com, and while you're at it, check out all our social media channels, which you should totally follow, like, and subscribe to if you haven't already. WaveBack and other Geekade podcasts are made possible thanks to the Geekade Patreon page. There, patrons get access to a monthly podcast topic and recording schedule, get early access to most of Geekade's shows, including this one, and more. If you've enjoyed our podcast over the years, follow the link in the description to give it a look. I really appreciate it. And finally, as always, be sure to check out all the other great content we have on our site over at geekade.com. We will be leaving you tonight with the epilogue. It's not a super long song. And in fact, it's more like a jingle, I guess. 37 seconds. But really, if I remember correctly, the credits to this game are just the level theme again. So if you want, you can just listen to that map screen music again. Just let that play until you're tired of it. But either way, you should listen to the outro, our outro, which is the epilogue. And cowabunga. We will we'll see you again in about a month. This mic stand can kiss the fattest part of my butt.
Well, I know what's going at the end of the episode.
All right. Stop drooping.
I'm sorry. It's not
Should
you,
be.
it's me.
It's perfectly normal. Happens to anyone.
I appreciate you.